Alrighty. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. Just getting all my sound set up here. Alright. You trying? Alright. So, what are we going to be working on today? Well, if you read the little title of the stream, I want to get some metadata attached to some items we can track who through what in the void. I want to kind of build out some more functionality of this plugin that we've been working on. I want to add TNT tracking and arrows and tridents and stuff like what happens when a dispenser spits out 10,000 ender pearls. So, if you guys didn't catch my last little stream 2 days ago where I just kind of ranted, or I don't even know if rant's the right word, gave my thoughts on using ChatGPT to code. I am going to be doing that today. I'm going to go back to using ChatGPT and getting over that thought of, imposter syndrome, if you will. I do want to be really clear in my messaging that I am not a professional. I am learning from scratch. This is about 2 weeks in, and I am using ChatGPT as a tool. I won't always understand what it is telling me, but that's part of the learning experience. And yes, I am going to get stuff wrong. And like I said in my last stream, if you are a professional coder and you know exactly what you're doing, yeah, my stream probably is not for you. It's going to be tough to watch because you're going to see me struggle with stuff that looks so basic that you're like, man, this guy can't even figure out this simple error. And he's having to tell ChatGPT, here's the error, please help me figure it out. And that's the reality of where I'm at right now. Over time, as things progress, I hope that I need ChatGPT less and less and less, and I'm going to be learning through this process. But this is the stage I'm at right now, and so yeah, I will be using ChatGPT very heavily. You're going to see me copying and pasting a lot, and that's just the way it's going to go. So, with that out of the way, let's get into this. Dragon, I did lower the music a little bit. How does it feel now? I don't know, 4 decibels or something like that. Should be a little bit better. All right. So, as you might have noticed, I followed some suggestions and got myself a proper coding program here. So, switching over from using Notepad++, which does it work? Yeah. But are there some major benefits to using something like IntelliJ? Absolutely. So I'm going to be struggling a little bit because I don't really know this program, and I'm almost learning live. I've loaded up the project. I don't fully know how to use it, so you're gonna have to bear with me here, as we're gonna kind of be going between ChatGPT, IntelliJ, and then going into the game and actually testing it. My voice is too quiet. Really? I haven't changed anything about my setup. Oh, this was fine the other day. I'll bump up the volume of the mic. Okay, let's try that. You let me know if that got any better. I'm worried about it peaking now. Oh, that's not right. It's too loud and then it's distorted. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna assume this is good. And unless I hear otherwise, I'll just keep going. So, um, where were we at? Um, I wanted to show where we got to so far with the plugin. So let me go over to the testing server. And I'll make this a little bit bigger here. So it's not just a port over the screen here. One sec. Let's do this. So, put myself in the creative mode, otherwise I will get instantly murdered by these Endermen. So, first off, we have a command we can run. We have a list of all the items that are currently stored, ready for when we kill the boss. Right now, there's nothing. So, if we start throwing in some stuff like, let's say, a couple of logs and some strip logs and some wool, some terracotta, I'm going to throw in some dirt. Dirt we currently have blacklisted, so we shouldn't see anything show up. 64 dirt should not be there when we go to look. Magma, blackstone. Let's even throw in some. Uh, to kind of show some interesting stuff, let's throw in specifically enchanted golden apple. I will throw an enchant onto this sword, and I will grab this bundle and put something into the bundle. So, loop, and then slash enchant. Okay, so this is going to have sharpness 5 on it. This bundle is going to have a brush in it. And then let's also throw in a drowned spawn egg, just so we can kind of see it handling a lot of really unique items here. Stuff that might have some extra data attached to it. So, I have my list here. We see like a drowned spawn egg, we see a bundle, we see netherite sword, enchanted. Now, here we're not going to see like what's in the bundle and what's in the sword, but that kind of tells us like it did hold on to stuff accurately, and we do not see 64 dirt. Okay? So far so good. This is what we saw last time. Now, I am going to pre-prepare a kill command. Okay, that's not going to do anything. I just want to make it easy so that when I do a VoidMonster summon, he starts flying around, and he will immediately go like super far. Starts attacking all these enemies. But we can see here, all the stuff fell onto the ground. Okay, so if we go to pick up this sword, it certainly says drop by unknown. We'll fix that today, but we see that it's sharpness 5, so it held on to that. And there we go. Let's go over to the bundle. And we do see it has the brush in it. Again, good to see. And then that's little odds and ends that we threw in. And the last thing we're looking for is that egg. Did it go way up here? Aha, it did. Okay. Excuse me, I just sneezed there. So we properly have everything being stored and then spat out by the boss, which is awesome. That was a huge milestone. So what we're trying to fix now is this whole drop by unknown, drop by white threshold. Uh, yeah, that's we don't want either of those. So that's what we're going to be cleaning up today, and then hopefully adding some additional little features. So we go ahead and minimize that, and we are going to go to our void item storage, I believe it is. Yes. Now, I search it in the entire plugin for. Oh, I totally can. Okay. Why threshold? Oh, how crazy is this? I'll change the threshold. Let's see. Not below what I thought I do. I want to see where we're hold words. Is this it? Sorry. Again, gonna be learning live on stream, so I'm also kind of learning this new software. That's why you're seeing me go, huh, how does this quite work? All right, hold on. I want to get back the exact wording of that whole Y threshold thing. Let's just throw in a stack of. We'll check that we actually did store it. Hold on. Hey. Oh. I probably tossed it just barely. Couldn't see it. It blended in. Hold on. No, that's the time. I was like, wait, do we have a bug? Hold on. There it is. All right. One more time. Summon. Kill. All right. Dropped by Y threshold. Okay. Let me search for that. Dropped. Oops. Dropped by. Oh, helps if I spell it right. Dropped. There we go. Dropped. And I need to figure out how to use this. Drop. Okay, there we go. That's interesting. Hold on. Attempt to extract player source name for lore. No. Interesting. This is in boss manager. Okay. That's someone else. So this is still boss manager. So it's the boss manager that's handling the naming of the items. Okay. All right. I think I understand this. All right. So let's. Oh, interesting. Like collapses the imports. I want it. I don't want it to do that. I mean, is there a way to like not have it automatically do that? Maybe there's a good reason for why it does that. I just don't understand. I'm so used to seeing all of it that it's weird when I see it collapse like that. Okay, so I think I can do Control A, Control C, and I am going to be having ChatGPT help me figure out why this whole double naming is happening, where we have like dropped by unknown and dropped by light threshold. So it's like one is renaming it, and then one is adding it to the lore. So yeah, it's a little interesting. I mean, I can see this lore here, but there's something more going on that I'm just not understanding. And it's like I can see this item meta. So again, there's something going on here. Hopefully ChatGPT will make sense of this for me. Because I don't again, I am not an expert. I really am kind of learning as I go here. Um, so yeah. So sorry, I'm trying to read a couple different messages here. Is the audio okay now? I've since moved, like I've taken the music down and I bumped up my headset so it's a little louder. Just haven't seen anyone confirm that we're good to go yet. So I will pause for just a moment here as I wait for some feedback. Hopefully I'll catch the feedback because I am trying to juggle like 3 different chats here. I mean, I have multi-stream, so I can see if it's in Twitch or YouTube. But if you're chatting in Discord, it's a little trickier. So I'll wait for some feedback. I'm going to copy this, throw this in here. Say, interesting that it's loud on mobile, but for Twitch it's fine. Okay, I'm gonna just roll with it then. All right, so I'm having a little bit of an odd issue. I don't want items to be renamed as what's that named? Dropped by unknown. By unknown. If we don't have a player as the source. And I also don't want the lore of the item to say Y threshold. I only want an item to be renamed as dropped by player if that player actually dropped the item into the void. Currently, everything says unknown. Ah, let's see if we can figure this one out. Or rather, see if we can figure out if ChatGPT can tell us what went wrong. Okay, only names of the action know the player dropped it and void renaming of setting lore were dropped by unknown or dropped by threshold. Right now, the check. Lots of noises in here. Okay, I think it was just dropping off of Discord. All right. Let's see. So only names of the action of the player dropped it and void. Yes, that is correct. That is what we're trying to do. And now the check if line starts with drop by, name equals line length, does not distinguish between real names and system tags like white threshold or placeable values like unknown. Replace this check section. Only rename items if the name is valid. So that is this section here. I believe so. Looks like it. Ah, right here. Okay. It's saying swimming. I also want this bit here. You also want to remove the drop by text alone entirely, let me know. I do want to remove that line entirely. I'm your name, the source of the real player. I was with drop by known drop by lore line stripped completely. All the lore is preserved. I be adding anything to the lore. It should only have lore if the original. Why is it saying we're going to preserve the original lore, excluding just drop out of the present? I think it's still a little confused. Okay. Just to clarify, we only want to add something like resource or if the item had been previously renamed, we just want to add on. We do not want to modify the lore at all. Only keep the original lore. Yes, this is correct. Only rename, never trust the lore. Thank you. That's what we wanted. Replace your renaming logic with this. If rename and the meta is not nothing or empty, and has lore. Let's see if I can make any sense of this. String. Some of this isn't making a ton of sense to me. So I think it's checking a bunch of stuff first to make sure that all this isn't either is or isn't like already existing, and then based off of certain parameters, then we build the new name, and then we're also just making sure to remove the drop by tag if present. Okay. That's sort of making some sense. Let's see if I can ask it to add even more comments. Those comments, I want to understand what each bit of code is doing. We have item with drop by player, preserve the lore. Check the first lore line as our temporary tracking tag, which we can use valid. Okay. Yeah, I think this will be helpful for me and also in the future, so I understand what different lines are doing. Okay, so I think I can take this, and I believe it's this section here. Hopefully I didn't screw that up. I think it's okay. We will find out. Summary of key concepts. Only run if the name is enabled. The item has metadata. Oh, that's right, because we have a config slide that allows it to not rename if we don't want it. Okay. We're relying on temporary lore text who dropped it. Okay, so we're attaching the meta, but we don't want to like include that in the final naming. Lore line is used as a tracking tag to extract the player's name, keep custom names intact, only generate a name if not existent, move our own tracking lines to the final drop item is a clean original lore. Huh. Okay. Let's see. It says we might want to extract this into a helper method. Debug messages for visibility. Couldn't hurt. Refactor stop using lure all and switch to MVP style persistent data container tracking instead. Huh. Let's ask what the benefit of this MVP style is. Oops, MVP style instead of lore. Is there a chance that could make the plugin unstable with past or future Minecraft versions? Store extra data safely and future-proof it. Pros, lore-based tagging, what you're using now. Easy to read, great for debugging and testing, works in all versions of Minecraft, no need to serialize complex structures, editable by hand via commands or MBT editor if needed. Cons, visible players, not always desirable. Players or the plugins can strip edit lore, breaking tracking, slightly messy for items with custom lore already. Watching streams drop by is brittle and other prone. Invisible players, data is stored cleanly and safely. Buttons won't touch it unless it's explicitly written to. Not interference with items, names, lore, appearance, great for storing structured data. Reduced have to maintain this, but it doesn't work before 1.13. I mean, I am already targeting well beyond 1.13. Can't be inspected without putting our dev tool. But I am wanting to have the name of the item changed 7 times, which is player facing. Use, oh, it's okay, a hybrid model. Okay, so we store the MVP that we don't necessarily need to ever have player facing who dropped this item. Use that metadata to optionally rename the item without storing it in the lore. Do not use lore to track the source. Only use it if the item originally had it. Gives you the best of both worlds. Clean data for logic, player facing customization when appropriate, future proofing, 0 is a clip. Oh, okay. I mean, this sounds pretty good to me. I like it when there's like a good compromise. A little bit of how do we do this better, but still kind of keep what we want. Okay. When items void, we store who dropped it invisibly. Scattering the drops. We have this bit. And then it's an utility class. Reference it. set. If you know art, drop it. Unknown ones untouched. Never touched. Okay. So how do we pull this off? Should we be doing this all within the class manager Java or split it? Okay, so we create a new utility, add the item, we update boss manager. Okay, okay, sure. So in this tool, we can just create new. Whoa, okay, wow, this is wild. Oh, it was so silly. To me, it's just like, oh, this is cool. I can just make a new file in here like it's nothing. It's a lot harder in just File Explorer. I mean, it's not that much harder, but one little click is pretty cool. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna make this new utility. Java class. Right? Is this right? I think I did it right. Oh, hi. Item. Okay. So select the name of MVT, get the player name from MVT, check if valid player tag exists. Okay. Here we're telling where it lives. Here's reporting all the different imports that we need. Okay. I don't fully understand all of this, but let's see if it works. And then does it just save, or like how do I know that this is good to go? I guess it's okay. I don't know when IntelliJ saves. I have to constantly tell it to save. Save all. Okay, let's assume that's good. All right, update boss manager. Why does it have to drop down? I don't know. Hmm. Is it because I'm with this bit here? Either way, I think this is getting changed. Uh, Here is my current boss manager.java. And update read it. I'm curious to see like what all. I think it is all getting like stripped out. Did we change anything here? Yeah, we're adding. Okay, we're adding the import for item type utility, the new one that we just made. That makes sense. This part doesn't change. It's the same. Yeah, I think this is the bit that's changing. This drop standard logic. Oh, even add a little extra text, a little comment in there. Oh, it's the same. Okay, yeah. This is the bit that's pretty heavily changing. He got rid of about a lot. Okay. It's like pretty much all of that. Okay. And then save. Okay. Then there was another thing that we needed to do as well. It's saying store void item. I'm guessing it's talking about void item storage. It must be. Because how we're storing void items has to change with this new idea of using MBT data? Guessing. Here is our current void item storage. Oops, not Java now. Java. Add the drop by tagging physically using MBT via the new utility that we made. Sends drop by when storing an item, not relying on a wall at all, keeps the rest of your storage untouched, still records by UUID and name for projecting. Oops, excuse me. Right there. Update it, only the modified section below. There's one else to make this change. Memory? Yeah, okay. This is gotta be it. So we're still keeping track of the item. UID name. That's the visibility for the naming T style. Huh. Okay. Sure. And, oh wow. It even preserve the proper spacing. Sometimes in the past I wouldn't do that. Or the indentation. That's nifty. Okay, when the player throws their items in the void, is flashed by everybody is cloned, tap with drop by blank, the MBT, stored in memory, and YML, just like before. Later, when the boss is defeated and drop the item, it detects the tag and renames it accordingly. Also like to store a timestamp for world location tag for analytics debugging, debug summary and console food dropped. Well, when items are loaded. It would be nice to kind of tie this on to our current debug list we have going on. Here. Can we tie this into our current VoidMonster debug list? Open up our command. No, we didn't actually break it out, did we? Okay, I don't think we ever did. I never broke out debug list into its own file. It's still handled in VoidMonster. I didn't want to split that out as well. I do want to split it out into its own file. Yeah, let's do that. New class. Okay. Items, drop by. Okay. Sure. We'll trust it for now. And then we'll come right here. Fill at the top. So, right. Command debug list. Debug list command new debug list. Well, that's good. Interesting that it's warning me that it has no usages. So that's kind of interesting. It's like trying to show me that like this isn't quite good to go yet. I think it's all of this just gets shortened. Just this. Well, that's a good little way to know whether or not I have it broken out into a separate file when it's just this one little line versus a whole block here. You don't even have to do like return true. It's just this is what you're returning. So I think I just like this. Nope, I broke something. Oh, I didn't like that. I think it's this here that's messed up. Hold on. Oh, oops. Right. Hey, hold on. Want this here. That's not right. Come on. Are we good? It's warning about something. I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? So, lining up with that. Lines up with that. These are opening and closing. Ah, I think I'm missing this a little bit here. That's why. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yep. Now I open and close this properly like that. That lines up with that one. Okay. Pretty sure that was the issue. I think we've properly got the metadata NBT stuff figured out. So, actually, you know what? I should learn how to use IntelliJ to do a compile now because I've always done it through command line. I'm pretty sure you can do it right here in IntelliJ. Also, 2 errors. Oh, wow. Hold on. What does this little symbol mean? Oh, it's just that type of file. Okay, class file, YML file. So, what's the deal with you? How are you doing errors? Oh, that makes sense. I put a. Oh, that's kind of nice that it kind of warns you that you're going to run into some issues. Well, that was cool. Okay. So to compile with IntelliJ. Open the project. Yes. If IntelliJ didn't automatically put your project as Maven, right click. If build department. Go build. There's build. New. Save. Export. Structure. March run to. Where's build? Services, terminal, problems, version control. It's available. This it? Download source. Add source. Execute. Open the menu. Okay, right click, open the menu. Click the refresh icon to download. Dependencies? I don't know what I'm doing. This is scary. I don't want to like destroy something. Where's build? Ah, here it is. Build. Build project. Is it doing anything? Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so it gives me the output and tells me that in my command debug list, I got something wrong. Cannot find symbol. And if I remember right, cannot find symbol means I got imports wrong. pretty sure that's what find symbol means. Command debug. Yes. There you are. So we don't have one for material or bucket. And I'm assuming that's the missing issue. Clicking. Why did this stop working? Why did everything freeze? Uh-oh. Oh no. All the dangers of not knowing what you're doing. Oh no. Did I brick it? Yeah, I think I might have. Whoopsie. I think. Ooh, did I save last time I made a change? Oh, I don't know. I hope I did. I'm pretty sure it's broken. Like, minimize. Oh, definitely broken. Looks pretty broken. Oh yeah, it's not even closing. Oops. Oh. All right, task manager. Task manager to the rescue. Well, I guess I figured out how to write the program already. Uh, okay. Let's see if we can figure this out. Let's put you here. All right. So it warned us already about command monster, was it? No, it was command debug list. Something about format material, because we don't have the import for material. I'm pretty sure that's what's going on. But do I know what that import is? Import? Okay. Material. It's just that simple. And then I need one of these little guys. Something's it's saying it's not quite right. Hold on. There must be more to it than just or dump a material. I have it somewhere else. World entity. It's got to be more than. Oh no. Import or bucket material. Okay. Well, here's one where I have it. Why is it? Is it because it's capital? Is it that? Is it that particular? Oh gosh. I think it is that particular. No way. Oh, there still is format material. this means also not resolve method, format material, and text utility. Oh, because my text utility doesn't have a format material method? Is that what it's trying to tell me? I think that's exactly what it's trying to tell me. Oh, well, this is kind of cool. Okay, I'm learning slowly but surely. So I need a format material method in my text utility. I think so. Now, do I know how to build that method from scratch? No. That's okay. I'm not going to feel bad about using ChatGPT to build me this method. I'll learn from me doing it. Let's do, can you build me a method B do this? If material item. Wow. It turns things like netherite underscore sword into netherite sword. Oh, okay. Turning it. Ah, I see what it's doing. Okay. Major support, localization, custom overrides, and special cases. Yeah, it should probably be able to handle those special cases. Okay. So now we need to import a couple more things. Interesting. Okay. Really? Is that really what you have to do for like wither spawning? It seems a little intense. It's kind of like bad. You have to go in every single time. You're asking us hard coding overrides really the only way to cleanly format names like zombie spawner 8 player head or spawner. Yep. Yes. Buckets we have the only reliable way to clean player friendly names from the materials to manually format them unless either fetch Minecraft or internals, which is fragile, use Minecraft's native JSON translation keys, which Spigot does not expose directly, or use external APIs or resource pack protects overhead. Huh. Why it's this way? Material.player underscore head is just an enum. Doesn't store from your names. You have no way to access Minecraft's internal name formatting player heads on it says through bucket API. So we're stuck with the enum. That's why your only safe stable option is to custom override math like we're using. Dang. Really? It only works with the item as a custom name or modified. That's defined. That's where you fall back to format material like you're doing now. Oh, well, once the player renames it, then like this isn't an issue. It's just if it was a default item, then that's why this is an issue. So we could do some other alternatives, but they each have their own issue. We use NMS or craft budget internals and make or break every version. And then if we use client-side translation keys, it requires some logic that's unsupported. We require a resource pack, then it's complicated and not dynamic. Oh, okay. Cypher gives you clean output, minimal maintenance, no NMS or rescue dependencies. Yeah. Yes, let's build a full comprehensive list if this is what we have to do. Huh, I had no idea. It's kind of fascinating that like they don't make that easier. If you don't want it to say some weird like player underscore head in the name of an item, you gotta like add a manual override. Look how many there are. So like every time a new spawn egg is added to the game, we have to go in here and add another. And you alphabetize this. Well, that's not the right way to spell that, but oh well. Now let's see. Is this better as a helper? I would think it's easier to add onto for future Minecraft versions. Adding more spawnings, for example, if it was object, okay, that materials from Minecraft versions in one place, each override is isolated and flooding with an object. We'll be tracking out a complete material. So you can add a debug plan later that references this correctly. Okay. Should still go under our tools folder? Okay. I mean, that's kind of what makes sense to me. It's just not named to utils, so it's a little goofy. Okay. Please build out a full richly prompted. Oh. This guy. That's your name helper Java. Oh boy. Wait, what are you doing there? Answer Janus type, please. Smart overrides, custom special cases like player heads, experience bottles, and easy to extend for future versions. That's crazy that you have to add all those individually. That's nuts. So be it. going, hey, a loser, that's not a real one. I wonder if that's going to cause us problems. Well, we'll find out. Okay. And then in text util, update form material. Let's do this. I think it's skip chat. It's assuming that we don't have anything yet. Okay, yeah. There we go. Now it's just adding the name formatter. Okay. And then let's save all that. I think that should be a point where we can compile from. It was here, build. This is what happened last time. I think we are ready to compile. I think. Go to view, windows. Maven. And expand your plugin life cycle. Double click package. This will generate. Oh yeah. This is exactly. Oh, can't find symbol because of the illusioner spawn egg. Yeah, I don't think this is needed. Is there even an illusioner spawning in the game? I don't think there is. No, there's not. Let's just take this bit out. Let's try this again. What a tiny down here. Success. Okay, I'll take it. Oh, this is kind of nice. I know this sounds maybe so like obvious for people that are used to using IntelliJ, but I literally like just picked it up yesterday, and this is my first day like actually properly fully using it. So it's cool to me. It's like a new toy. All right, let's now add it. Oh boy. Let's add it to the server, and let's see if we actually got something usable. This looks funny. And let's assuming it's spread out in the place that I would expect it to be. Yep, this looks right. Okay, now I'm going to restart the test server, and let's see if we have proper naming of items now. Make sure that there's no errors on startup. So far, so good. Uh-oh. Oopsie. I didn't restart the test server. I restarted the main survival server. Sorry, folks. Yeah, my brain's not fully working this morning yet. Hold on. There we go. Now we'll restart the test server. Whoops. Everyone got kicked over to Worlds, that's why. Oops. Okay. Looks like it's successfully enabled. Testing. So this was left over from before. Let's try some spruce wood. Okay. And then let's see if debug list. Oh boy. Why is it remembering old stuff? Okay, let's kill a boss and then see if it's just holding on to old information. That might be something we need to address. Okay. Oh, that was certainly interesting. The debug listed a ton of stuff, but in reality, this is all that was there. Still dropped by Y threshold, huh? Hold on. I don't know if that was a valid test. No items. Okay. Let's go with redstone. See, why it's still saying dropped by Y threshold? Something isn't right. It's still adding that into the lore. Dropped by Y threshold. And it's not renaming the actual item itself. Okay. Okay, so all the changes we just made, and now it's still showing Y threshold in the lore, and it is not renaming the item with my name. rid of all this extra stuff. Minimize you. Minimize you. Ah. Save all this. Back to memory. Is there a way to search for there must be. It was y_ threshold. y_ oops. _ threshold. Item tag utility. To store. Okay, so y threshold mentioned here, and let's close some of this stuff. Here. Okay, there we go. Okay, we have storage. Still using lore. Let's see if we have something like lore. Yeah. Huh. Oh, I can just search process. I think that's what I want. So I don't know why it says lore. How about meta? Lore. Huh. No. Only see y_ threshold fresh mentioned two in two places. One being in item void listener .java, and two in item tag utility. Item tag Java. I think it's gotta be this. It's doing something that we don't want it to do. It confirms this. So you're still calling void item manager store for item. No. Right threshold from item void listener. Passing my threshold as a player name. Something gets stored in the items MBT tag by okay. So now you're still using Even though you're now using the Kingstone lore, you're still tagging the item with white threshold as a dropper name. Ah, still can't. You're probably also seeing leftovers. Allowed to that items drop naturally. You don't set a dropper name at all, and yes, that real player should be tagged via item tag utility. Option 1. Or option A, don't tag non-player drops. You call in yeah, I think it would be easier to just change it to skip tagging if there is no player name. Yeah. Story players, check main, skip personas, unlimited. Okay. So, huh. I have all of a sudden slipped time out. Confused here. Hmm. Interesting. I'm not quite sure what it's wanting me to do here. Let's ask for some clarity. Item storage Java. Why does it keep calling it stored void item? Right. No. Stored void item. Beginning yeah. Oops. Here's my. Right, we don't have a store void item method, right? Am I going crazy? Yeah. It's throwing me off by being weird. Oh, okay. Then void item manager. Oh, okay. Yep. This is me getting confused. Store void item. Sure enough. That's where it is. This is why I'm getting confused. Okay. There's so many like, pieces of the puzzle that are all working together, and it's a little hard to keep track of. We've got a listener for void items. Then we've got storage for void items. We've got manager for stored items. Yeah, then we're doing stuff like item tags, and then using a utility class for keeping track of those weird names. There's a lot of stuff all kind of working in tandem here. Okay. All right. Void listener change. Let's put about Y threshold. Yes. Warning about something. More fake Y threshold. Okay. And then for the manager. There's one is currently in void item manager. Okay. Please update and size comments and each is doing. Okay. Oops. Falls in an item, falls in a void, and needs to be checked. Owner name is currently available. Source equals debug label. Example, Y threshold form. Skip all items. Blacklist from config. Don't see total storage limit. Don't see per item type limit. Option tag with MBT from the data was. An MBT for later renaming. Add to the memory list. Just for label for storage if everything was missing. Save. Debug message. Okay. Can we just change this? To oh, okay. All right, we'll keep it null. That's fine. So yeah, in the debug list, we should see the player's name listed. Okay, let's try it. So I needed to go here, look at the package, and then that does the trick. It says that's a good sign. Okay. Here. You. Drag you over to the test server. Restart. And then let's see if we actually have proper behavior. So we started up okay. There's there. Sounds good. Let's see now. We take honey blocks, for example. Make sure they enchant it from the void. And let's do debug list. Dropped by unknown. Okay, that's better than Y threshold, but still not great. Well, didn't script the lore now, so that's a good sign. I didn't know, it just didn't do it. Interesting. What even makes a difference because I'm in creative mode? I wonder if that has anything to play with. Is it like somehow that's screwing things up? Oh, this is a little dangerous. Let's see if that makes any difference. Kind of got it. Yeah, I didn't think it would. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now unknown items are getting renamed, which is good. However, I threw the items into void, so it shouldn't be unknown. In debug list, it also says unknown. Let's go for further clarity. So it doesn't apply to that for fun. By the time that I'm falling below the white threshold and our void listener sees it, they have no idea who dropped it because Minecraft item entities don't store drop for data, and we never tag ourselves after the player dropped it. Track player drops ourselves. We need to intercept player drop item event and immediately tag the item stack with the player's name using the key before the void scan ever sees it. Yep. That made sense. So we need to not only add a listener for, but we have a player drop item listener. Hold on. We have a player drop item listener. I think we never updated this. I think the issue is we never updated this when we switched to MVP storage. Yep. Fixed. We're gonna change. Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense. Okay. So we gotta bring in item tag utility. Okay. And then before we're doing this whole bit. That's getting replaced by just this little bit. Get rid of this though. Oops. I'm guessing because we don't really use the metadata anymore. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That, I believe, should do the trick. Let's see. Let's find out. I think that's exactly it. We were already listening to when the player drops, but we were just not properly using our new method. One more restart. Fingers crossed. I'd like to move on to other things, but you know, this bit's kind of important. Still kind of part of those key functionalities. Okay. Did not seem like creative mode made any difference, so we'll go back to doing that. All right. We have some slime blocks this time. Why not? Man, I used to stand them. See, so fascinating is in the debug it says it was tagged drop at Arzor. So hold on, maybe our debug list just is wrong. Let's actually kill our little boss. That's interesting. It says jump by cursor. Well, so does that. Why did we duplicate it? Do we have a need bug? Hold on. Let's do redstone blocks this time. Ah. Okay. Interesting. I do this. Then debug list. Interesting. Debug list is what's messing up. Okay, we are much closer. But why is the debug list still wrong? Okay. Okay. We can confirm that items are properly renamed to out by however, the debug still shows all items and also like change how we are renaming the instead of oops. It should be drawn external dots, for example. Yeah, it should say external. Okay, ID, but it still shows old, like I know. Oh, I probably need to delete the void items. That's why now. Um, yes, this is what I want. You again, you again. Hmm. Isn't that what we? Oh, because that's what we had before. And it's saying replace it with smarter logic. Should customer spray name, fall back to clean material name. He fits that with the player's names. Okay. optional improvements. We want to support config-based formatting like let's see, players may have the ability to use message like meaning in the anvil, so we should reserve those types of names that might have custom colors or symbols, etc. Okay. Yes. Let's make sure we have this space. Here is the current boss manager Java. Reserves player. I think I can better understand why this works the way it does. Preserves player custom name. Original name, display name. Plus is original name. So we're only affecting this method. Scatter void drops. Okay. Huh. Seems like I got rid of this bit though. What's this bit? Consider the nation obtained from the stone. Used for fun purposes, like. Yeah, a little interesting. I just decided to delete that, and it will do that. So I always like to kind of say, wait, that doesn't look play right. Okay. This looks okay now. So I do want to make sure I'm clearing out that old information in void items. So we'll get rid of that file. Then I should be able to go here. Grab that latest file. Need do anymore. And drag you over. Restart the test server. Just make sure that file gets added back. In. Okay. Let's see if maybe now things are as we want them to be. Oh, I both apps ended up in the void. Oh, they love to do that. All right, here we go. Debug list. Interesting, it still says unknown. Not sure what that's all about. Let's see if it actually is like we want it to be. Hey, there we go. Other than the fact that it started to be also italicized, it's still pretty good. Okay, so then like, if we do like some fancy name with the anvil. A sword. And then let's even do this sword. No, that's it was. What's that weird symbol that Minecraft likes to use? Uh, Here it is. So I know I saw this somewhere. Oh, hang on. Copy and paste into Minecraft that way? Oh, how wild. Oh, I totally thought I could. I mean, it just doesn't carry over the color. Okay, so we won't worry about that just yet. But let's see if it holds on to the actual name now. Okay. So it does. Okay. I think the only weird thing remaining is the whole italicized nonsense. And why it still says unknown in debug list. And it's still holding on to it after I already killed the boss. But, okay. All right. Some observations from the latest in-game testing. Items are getting renamed with my player name. and a space buffer. Oops. It is being added. However, they are now in italics. In debug list, it still shows dropped unknown, even though it did get tagged properly and it was correct. Mouse. The debug list still shows and even though I've since killed the boss and retrieved that I really do italics no matter what you do. So there's another red sword. If you get out of the anvil and rename it, does it all of a sudden turn into italics? I haven't noticed this. Testing. Huh. It totally does. Wow, this is how observant I am. I totally didn't realize. It 100% all of a sudden changes it to italics if you rename it. Listen, because is in your feed all in clear. You know, faster storage. Okay, I'm going to take a quick little break here and do a little intermission here. I'm going to grab some lunch. It's lunchtime for me, so I will do a quick-ish 30-minute intermission. So whatever time is on your clocks, looks like we're just 1 after the hour. So we'll be back right about 30 after the hour. See you guys in a bit.
And we are back. So, we all got a chance to get a little something to eat or stretch your legs or something. Um, just a little recap on where we were before we left off. We are still trying to solve a little bit of these naming issues with some of these items and how they're being recorded. Looks like the last thing we tested was I didn't realize, but apparently when you rename an item in Minecraft, it always italicizes it. So we could ignore that, but I think I want to fix that. And then the other thing I want to do is fix why it's showing drop by unknown when in our little debug message. I mean, the whole point of the debug is to help us understand what's going on, and then the debug itself is wrong, then that doesn't help us that much. And then we're still seeing a item here that really shouldn't be here because we already collected it. So it looks like it's just a matter of clearing the storage every time we. Um, I got to get rid of that little overlay. Hold on here. Clearing the storage every time we kill the boss and actually retrieve the items. So, all right. First things first. I think it's pretty easy to just add this little line here. I want to say it should go maybe here. Um, and then we also need to import div.wrestle. Oops. I forget how sensitive this is. Div.arzor void monster data void item storage. I don't think this is right. Is this correct? I'm pretty sure it's not, but I want to learn why. It's outside the method. Ah. I just need to put it one step higher. Okay. That made sense. Let's just do this. Okay. All right. And then the other issue is debug list still says drop by unknown. This likely lives in your void item storage. Retrieve and clear. All source player data. It's allergen. All right. Let's say here is my current. Here is the current void item storage. Java. Items are being renamed with debug list still shows unknown. Cause player name is not always correctly passed. You just okay. Update method to include the player name if available. Store void items. Let's see, why did it do this to me? All of a sudden it switches to be like, oh, actually you want to be in this one. Throws me off. Here we go. Store void items. Because what I was talking about. Oh, it's so weird. Why is method store void item in the void item manager and not in void item storage? It's thinking, it's like, Method store void item has more than just storage. It validates the item, prepares the item, updates, and why it shouldn't go into void item storage. It just saves and loads, serializes and deserializes, traps in memory. Shouldn't be responsible for renaming logic, boss behavior, drop limits, source tag. Okay. I see the issue. Okay. Okay, so then that means we still need to update this method. So I'm going to select to route source into a second MBT tag for deeper traceability tracking that something came from the wither, void, etc. I don't think we need to do that. Okay. Okay. I don't know if I care about the whole italicized thing. Okay. I think that should be fine. Let's see, should I even bother with the sizing of the name? Yes. Yes, I would. Okay. Side scatter void drop. If reading metadata. No, and item has a drop on string name. Yeah, that's fine. That looks the same. Okay, so that's what we have right now. Ah, okay. Interesting. Import class. I'm going to train color symbols from previous names. Yes, I want to retain color and symbol with the name previously added. All we should be doing is adding a prefix. Okay. Now we need to update the imports. Yeah, I figured we would need quite a few. Oops. Copy, paste. Does that clean up this issue? I still. Huh? We should remove the italics from the whole name only if it did not have a custom name already, as in it was just plain redstone blocks and we added the suffix. That should all not be in italics, but if it did have a custom name, then we do want the prefix in italics. Let me know if you'd like to color the fallback name differently, AGOI or default. We should Minecraft default color for any fallback names. Hey. Let's see if that does the trick. I think we've covered them all. Void item storage. Here is the current void item storage. So we already have a retrieve all and clear. Why do we need a... Whoops. Retrieve all and clear gives you the items, gives you the list of items to drop and clears the in memory. It does not save an empty file afterwards, so void item still contains the old data on disk and clear on server restarts unless overwritten later by save. Clears the memory items and updates disk immediately, sure, yeah. Okay, I see. When you're about to scatter the items, you need to get them. Retrieve all and clear when you've already scattered them and want to purge. Using them together in this pattern gives you drops and clears memory, but not the disk. Then we scatter them, and then we clear them. Okay, I see. So we still kept a lot of it the same. Save all the items to the disk. Load all the items from disk. Then we're adding the items. Memory. Tagged with the owners. NBT. Then we're retrieving and clearing, but not the disk. Okay, hold on, clear memory storage only. Okay. That's making sense. I think it is. Hold on. Where did this bit go? We don't need it anymore. Get stored count. You display the number of stored void items anywhere. Void monster stats, debug logs, metrics. And our debug list command, we do want to show items are in storage. Okay, so I think we just do this bit. Okay, up to like here. I don't think we need this anymore. Let's see, is this correct? I think so. Oh. Wait, there's two of these? Oh, yeah. So there is. Oh, yeah, we already had it up there. Don't need it. Never mind. I totally missed that. Okay. Okay. Oh, let's see. One related problem. Bullet stones would clear. So now we need to update bossmanager.java. That's not getting changed. Oh, so it's literally just clear and save. That resolve this issue over here? It does. Okay. Let's see if there's anything else that's being forgotten. I don't think so. Those are all kind of bonuses. Okay, let's see if this works. Huh. Okay, well, we'll worry about that later. Let's see what happens. Nice. Successful build. Throw that over here. And restart. Fingers crossed, this did the trick. I think so. I mean, this seems really promising. Oops. Server testing. Okay, let's drop some stuff into the void. I don't know, spruce door this time. Huh, that still says unknown. Oh man, that's annoying. Okay. Let's just see if it actually we don't even need that. So now we'll do the summon and the kill command. Here's our. Well, I didn't italicize it, but I put it in gray. I mean, I guess I don't mind that. But I think we should give the we should give the server owner the ability to pick. How they want that displayed. Okay, so then if we take a sword, anvil, and we name it something, testing, we should expect it to get italicized. Let's actually check our debug list. No items stored. Okay, so we solved that problem. Okay, that's certainly interesting. Let's do a summon, kill. Okay. All right, some more observations. It affected non-named and custom named items. Let's really make sure it's only affecting the prefix, and we should let the server owner decide the formatting of the name in the config. Heck, if we want, we could say to use the luck perms styling and have the luck perms hook be optional. Also the header for debug. Well, it's wrong now and isn't showing an amount of items that are stored. Lastly, we still see the list of items always saying dropped by unknown. And a new odd issue popped up. The item was not showing as a netherite sword that I threw in the list, but instead showed the custom name I used for testing. This isn't right. We will get there, man. Trying to just get these items named appropriately is kind of a tricky beast. At least for me, it is. Someone else probably would not be struggling nearly as much. Configure formatting, offload the name formatting names to config an optional element. Yes. Let's fix debug list. Here is the current debug command debug list Java. Before we make that addition to void item storage, I want to make sure any send messages we use are being called from the config. All messages sent in game should be customizable by the server owner with full mini message support. Oops. Oh, close enough. I figured it out. Okay, we need to go into the config. Save. And then we should go into void item storage. And we need to have this method get stored items. Yes. Those right below the get stored count. Okay. 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 I think we can run with this. To be clear, we also fixed naming of the item issues. Okay, but we didn't want to always have it be gray. In fact, we wanted to leave that up to the server owner and add support to hook into lock perms if they wanted. Go. Hey, it's like, we'll make sure to do that. Let me know when you're ready. I'm ready. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. Okay, let's do it. Can so far not seeing it done different. Looks like we added this guy. Interesting that we're adding this here. And then get all instead of... Doing some funky stuff, and I just don't quite know what's going on here. Wait, it made a bunch of changes, and all of a sudden it's telling me now what we have is good, and I didn't even implement all those changes? Huh? Buddy, I'm confused. Yes, a very different file, and then sometimes it's so strange. You upload a version, use many mentions of the company. Well, matches the goal of the version, even if the structure some methods differ slightly. Okay, already bugs in respective formatting, did not clear items. Now the exact version still correct based on... Okay. Oh, come here. More comments. Just so I understand line by line. Cool. Use the formatting string, so this ties in mini message. Load the stored items, doesn't clear the inventory, shows empty message if no tracked items. But it's still gonna refer to none first. Okay, then that's the fallback. Okay. Cool. It should definitely show the count of how many of the item for each line if it doesn't already. So it currently just says index item, so it just needs this little bit added on. And this amount. Okay. gray, white index. Mm-hmm. And then we need this. And then we need this. Okay. And then we need to update the config. Okay. All right. What else should it be able to do? And enchant a hover tool tip. And let's sort them alphabetically. Okay, so we gotta update this once more. Okay, cool. And then we gotta go back to here. Let's see, let's have it send us a full updated command debug list.java. And we could go in here and copy and paste just the little bits that we need, but I mean, this is what this is really good at. The kind of menial tasks that help you just kind of speed up the process a little bit. I hate when it like randomly decides to just split it out into canvas. There's got to be a way to get it to stop doing that. Couple, there we go. That's more like what I wanted. Okay. Stop. Bad. Gosh darn this thing. Why does it like to do that? Come on. Okay. That's better. Can we make the uh yeah, let's do that. I like that better. And then we do need to go into the config manager and add a new getter method. Okay. Item tracking, blacklist, general debug mode. Symbol error. What import do we need to add? We have that. We have this. Do I just add this here? Is this correct? Okay, I think we're all right. And we still have our config. Okay. I think we're good. Let's find out. Oh no. Got something messed up. That can be converted to text component. Incompatible types. What does incompatible types mean? Means that you try to assign a builder object, which is used to build a component directly into a variable expecting text component, which is the final product, not the builder itself. Let's see if we can explain this in simpler terms. Can you explain this in simpler terms? Give you a full message. It gives you a builder, like a template you still need to finish. Okay. Imagine you're building a Lego model. Component text is like getting a box of Lego pieces. Text component is the finished Lego model. Okay, you can't assign lots of pieces to a variable expecting a finished model, you have to build it first. Okay. Okay, so we don't want component tests, we do want component tests build. So is it just that little change? Is that enough to fix it? So would this be correct now? Config managing the static fields causing this line into the on command method. Oh, literally just adding some spaces. Okay. This line in the command. Not sure what it means by one. I think it's saying it shouldn't be here. And then it should instead be like in here. You have this line near the top of the class. At first glance, it's fine, but there's issues. The line run immediately when the class loads. So basically, if config manager hasn't run yet, it might return or crash. Okay. So instead of having it up here, we just move it inside. Oops, I forgot the integer. There we go. need for a default message. If we just hover over an item that doesn't have any metadata, we don't need to have a default saying doesn't have metadata. Cool. All right, now let's see what happens. Nice. Okay, let's try this again. Okay. Grab you. Put you here. And then this is what our current one looks like. So we should see some new stuff pop up. If not, we'll have to delete the config and have it regenerate. I think we've already built that in as where we don't have to do that. All right, let's find out. Okay, so we should have a updated config with new stuff. Doesn't look like that happened. Okay. Okay, let's check if the config is correct now. Yes. Okay. All right. I want this to be even larger. I think that'll be fun. I think we figured out that that is too low as well. I should update the default config. Okay. Let's see if we get a proper behavior now. Over here. Some honey blocks, slime blocks, redstone blocks. Okay. Could be worse. It's not the end of the world. Certainly annoying. prefets didn't load. Okay, let's just try summoning and killing. Oh wow, they really scatter. Okay. Now, this based off of... Huh. Okay. Well, shoot. I mean, we're making progress, but it is really slow going. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here, and I'm gonna keep trying to work on this little nuance. I think off camera here. It's not the most engaging content, and it's just not quite exactly how I want it. So I want to try to polish it up a little bit before next stream, and then hopefully, I think I was a little ambitious this stream. Hopefully next stream we'll be able to get into some more interesting stuff like TNT and arrows and tridents and like I don't know, if someone throws like a chicken or Enderman falling in the void. That's kind of the more fun stuff. So this stuff is a little just tedious and boring, unfortunately. Sorry about that. And I'm just picky about exactly how I want it to look. So on that note, we're going to go ahead and end the stream for today. I'll keep plugging away at this until I get it just right, and then hopefully next stream we're off to the races with the more interesting stuff. So I appreciate you guys all tuning in, and I will be streaming again tomorrow. So hopefully I'll see you there. And on that note, hope you all take care. See you there.